Hey everybody, how's it going? This is going to be another unboxing video. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about my other video series type stuff. These are just a little fun to do. As far as lighting goes, I haven't changed any lighting. I can't. This is the best lighting I can get where I do all my hobby stuff. So bear with me, but I did do some minute changes to help the lighting out. So let's see if that helps at all. Alrighty. So we're unboxing one of my favorite squads in the game, the Space Marine Terminator squad. This is the shooting Terminator squad, as you can see by the box cover. The Space Wolf Terminator box, just a Wolf Guard Terminator box, is an all-encompassing box. Just so you know, it means it does shooting and assault. But the generic Terminator boxes that every chapter could use, including Space Wolves, is broken into two box sets: Terminator Space Marines box and an Assault Terminator box. So this is the shooting one. This is the box itself. I already opened it up. On the back it shows you the 5 Terminators and the colors they use to paint them. And let's go on to what you get inside. What you get inside is your bases and a small base. You get your Space Marine 40mm bases and these 28 or 25mm bases, whatever they are. Oh, you get one of these. The reason you get one of these is for your teleport Homer that comes in the box. You can mount it on there, paint it up, so it fits into your army, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. I like to use the square bases because I have an excess abundance of those from all the kit bashing I've done with the fantasy kits for 40k. So I use those, but this works just as well. So that's why it's included. And you get 5 of your 40mm bases in a little bag. Moving on, you get your little instruction booklet, which shows you a couple ways of making the Space Marine Terminator. There we go. And how to make the Cyclone missile launcher. And you get your transfer sheet for Space Marines. It's your same one as you get with the Tactical Squad box, or the Devastator Squad box, or the Assault Marine box. And this has always been my biggest problem with the Terminator Squad box. I would have liked, personally, to see a Terminator specific transfer sheet. Just because you can make some cooler looking symbols, some more veteran type of symbols. Also, being a Dark Angel player, the Deathwing symbol is different from the Dark Angel symbol. So I would have liked to have seen that personally, but that's just me being a Deathwing guy. By the way, the Deathwing symbol is, they do have one or two small ones on the vehicle transfer sheets. When you get a vehicle, you have some Deathwing symbols. I don't know why they're not anywhere else, but that's just the way it goes. But anyway, these are still nice. You can use them obviously with your Terminators, as well as your regular Space Marines and power armor, and also on vehicles if you were so inclined. So let's get to the good stuff. The sprues. Basically, it's 2 big sprues. They chopped into 4 sprues. You got your body, well, not your body, you got your legs and stuff like that, which connect that way. And you got your smaller body and accent sprue that attaches somewhat like this. I can't do it correctly, but something like that. So let's start with the smaller ones. We're going to start with the body first. They give you a little scroll rack thing, which is very nice, or a little scroll case on a rack. And if I could zoom in a little bit, they give you 5 torso fronts, which have different styles of look. Winged Skull, Winged Crux Terminatus, Crux Terminatus covered by a name scroll, and a skull with a laurel around it. You're gonna have different like sensoriums or whatever on them. And then you have the 5 backs to make the torso. Nothing's different about them except the top. Notice these 3, or these 2 I should say, can do Cyclone missile launcher. This one is a back banner type, hence the difference on the top here. And these 2 also do Cyclone missile launchers. So really, you get 1 sergeant back, if you think about it, to do a back banner on it. Just something to keep in mind. Provided you want to do some type of back banner or some type of extra thing, this is the one that's made for it. So that's this sprue. The other little sprue is what I call like the accessory and Cyclone missile launcher sprue. It has the bits to make the Cyclone missile launcher, which is very nice. I'll just show you what they look like. And then you get your accent pieces. You have a tabard type of thing with purity seal. You have purity seals here, two different styles of multiple ones. You got an unhelmeted head, should you be so inclined to use it. And you got 3 more purity seals. Then you have the little accent piece, which is another little scroll case here. A laurel, which is very nice. A Crux Terminatus piece that can go where the back banner goes, and a Imperial Eagle that can go where the back banner goes, and an Iron Halo bit that goes where the back banner goes. Speaking of the back banner, here it is. It's swaying in the wind to convey movement should you be so inclined. So you put it on a Terminator that's walking forward, it will look like it's moving, and that's the back of it, pretty plain. And then we have 2 shields that really go like this, that can go on pretty much where the Terminator's shoulder is. It won't focus because it's focusing on the back. Pretty plain, but they're still pretty cool. Can be used also on power armor if you chop off this little nubbin piece. And then you have this chest piece, which the difference for it is, you notice it has no sensor things. It has these 2 little wires up top, and it's got a winged skull anyway. But that's because this is a chest front made to go with the Cyclone missile launcher. Those 2 wires actually connect to the Cyclone missile launcher. Do I have the model on hand? Yes, I do. Just to show you what it looks like. That's how it connects to the Cyclone missile launcher in that little piece. And then you have this shoulder pad. It's an inquisitorial shoulder pad. It says Imperator Deus, and it has the inquisitorial symbol. You could easily use this shoulder pad to represent a Death Watch Terminator, which is pretty cool. They do exist, Death Watch Terminators, but they don't. You never really see them. So, but it is nice that they have the shoulder pad there, which is really primarily meant for the Inquisitor and Terminator armor for the Demon Hunters. But you could also just paint it up all silver along with that arm, and it can be Death Watch Terminator. So that's a little accessory piece. Then we get down to the meat and potatoes, so to speak, the legs and the weapons. I mean, the torso is also important, but these are the big sprues. I'm going to start with the leg. You have the teleport homer is on this sprue, which is nice. It's one piece. You just chop it out, paint it up, and you got a teleport homer. It can represent an objective marker. You can put it as part of terrain to represent a little beacon on top of a building. Whatever you want to do with it. It's a nice little accessory piece. Then you got your legs. Each leg, I believe, is slightly different. To give you 5 unique legs. This one's walking forward. This one's kind of like just standing in a normal position. And you got 3 wider leg stances. You got one leading towards its left, one leaning towards its right, and another kind of standard pose, but with a different accents on the legs. Got a little skull on it. Pretty basic legs, Terminator legs. These are the legs that a lot of people use to make true scale Space Marines in power armor. They use green stuff and modify it and whatnot. Then you have the 5 heads, which kind of funnily, are a bit smaller than the Space Marine power armor heads. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just that it's a little bit harder to paint it for me personally with the eyes, because the eyes kind of just also stick out a little bit. They're not like sunken in quite as much, as you can see. But they're the 5 heads. When I first saw the Terminators, I liked everything about them except their heads, really, but the helmets have grown on me. I do like the helmets now. You got 5 more little Crux Terminatus pieces I can hang off of something. They got a little thing to represent them hanging. Very nice. Again, all these Crux Terminatus pieces could be used on power armor to represent a veteran in power armor for the non-Deathwing first companies out there. And then you got the shoulder pads. You got 5 Crux Terminatus shoulder pads. And you got one with a nameplate on it, which could be used for the non-Crux size. So this could be the Sergeant. You could use this for the Crux Terminatus shoulder, and this to represent the Sergeant's shoulder pad. And then you got 4 regular blank shoulder pads to use for the rest of the squad to put the chapter symbol on. So that's what the shoulder pads look like when they're not on a Terminator. And then let's look at the arms and which are the weapons. They give you everything you need to make any of the special weapons in this kit. You got the cyclone missile launcher as you saw, you got the heavy flamer, and you have the assault cannon. So let's zoom in. The heavy flamer arm looks something like that. This is also an arm that people convert by shaving it down and whatnot to represent a heavy flamer in a Stern Guard squad. And this is what it looks like on the back. Then you got the assault cannon, which was a big staple in 4th edition. You never saw a Space Marine squad with that one. It's still pretty effective as far as number of shots and the strength value and whatnot. And this is the ammo box that goes onto the side of the assault cannon. Alright, you got 4 power fists. They only give you 4 because the Sergeant has a power sword. You got 2 clenched fists, one with a skull and laurel on it, one that's blank. You got an open fist, 2 different open fist designs, one with 3 skulls on it, one with a big skull and nameplate. I like all of them, they look pretty cool. That's what they look like on the back. And then you got your 4 Stormbolters on one side to go with the power fists. One's got a Crux Terminatus symbol on it, one's got a Winged Crux Terminatus, one's got Winged Skull, and one's got one wing with a skull, like a peripheral view kind of thing. Not really peripheral, side view. I don't know why I said that. I guess peripheral view kind of works. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is the other side. The Stormbolter is pretty much the same. And then lastly, you got 2 chain fists, one open fisted, or one open palmed I should say, and one closed fisted with a skull on it and crossbones. They give you 2. You could, in theory, have an entire squad of them, I believe, but most people don't do that, so 2 usually is enough to accent one squad. I usually only have 1 squad if I have any anyway. You got another Stormbolter, which has got basically the Imperial Eagle on it, which is basically your Sergeant's Stormbolter, just to make it stand out a little bit. And you get your Sergeant's Power Sword. Pretty standard power sword, nothing jumping out about it. And that's the entire kit that you get. It makes 5 Terminators. You don't have to use the a special weapon. You could have them all Stormbolters, but usually you put a special weapon in there. I like the kit personally. The only changes I think they have to make, or not that they have to, but they should make personally, is I like to see some Deathwing transfers, maybe a Terminator transfer sheet. That way, like, even for other chapters, they can have a more veteran-looking chapter symbol or whatever, something like that. Not that important. Just be nice for all the Dark Angel players out there to have their Deathwing symbol. That way, they don't have to rely on just Deathwing sculpted pads, which just have swords on them and whatnot. But they still look nice. And I can't really freehand the symbol anyway. Also, I'd like to see the Terminator and Assault boxes combined together to be one Terminator box. It would be kind of cool. It can still make 5, but give you the options for this the Assault things as well. Just to make them into one box would be nicer, but not really necessary. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this kit. I like it. It's all plastic. It retails for $50 American, 50 US dollars. So I don't know what that is for out of the country. It's not cheap, and for 5 models it's kind of expensive, but that's how they get you the Terminators, so, you know, price here. But whatever. Anyways, that's pretty much it. So until next time, take it easy.